The world jolts as headlines blare. Budapest and Athens to join BRICS. EU in crisis. The news spreads like wildfire, dominating every screen, every conversation, and every social feed. For many, it feels like the ground beneath Europe is shifting in real time. Two EU nations, Hungary and Greece, have formally applied to join BRICS, a move once unthinkable, now a stunning reality. Their applications are not just paperwork, they are declarations of intent, signaling a break from decades of established alliances. This isn't just politics, it's a seismic shift in the global order. The plates of international power are grinding against each other, creating tremors that will be felt for years to come. In Brussels, Washington, and Beijing, leaders scramble to respond. Emergency meetings are called, phones ring off the hook, and strategies are hastily redrawn as the world's power centers try to make sense of the upheaval. The coordinated announcement from Budapest and Athens shatters the morning calm. Streets that were quiet just hours before now buzz with reporters, citizens, and officials, all trying to grasp the magnitude of what's unfolding. Their statements are blunt. They seek strategic sovereignty, economic diversification, and a multipolar world. No longer content to be mere followers, they are charting a new course, one that challenges the old hierarchies. For decades, Europe's story was one of unity. The European Union stood as a symbol of cooperation, shared values, and collective strength, weathering crises and expanding its influence. Today, that story is being rewritten. Journalists scramble to update headlines, analysts debate the future, and the public wonders what comes next. The foundations of European unity are shaking. What once seemed unbreakable now shows visible cracks as old certainties give way to new doubts. This is more than a news flash. It's a symbol of a deeper global power shift. The world's attention is riveted, sensing that something fundamental has changed. The era of uncontested Western leadership is ending. The sun sets on a chapter of history as new actors step onto the global stage. Hungary and Greece's move signals that even core members of the West are seeking alternatives. The message is clear. The old alliances no longer guarantee security or prosperity. The global South, led by BRICS, is now a magnet for discontented Western states. The balance of power is tilting, and new partnerships are being forged in real time. In Brussels, disbelief and panic. Officials scramble for answers, while the press demands explanations and citizens voice their anxieties. In Washington, fears of waning influence. The United States, long the anchor of Western unity, now faces the prospect of a world where its word carries less weight. In Moscow and Beijing, quiet satisfaction. For years they have worked to build alternatives to Western dominance, and now their patience is paying off. BRICS, once dismissed as a talking shop, has proven its pull. Its vision of a multipolar world is no longer just rhetoric, it's becoming reality. This isn't gradual change, it's a dramatic rupture. The pace is dizzying, and the consequences are only beginning to unfold. The world wakes up to a new reality. From New York to New Delhi, from Cape Town to Canberra, people everywhere sense that history is being made. Old maps of power are being redrawn, alliances shift, borders blur, and the familiar order is replaced by uncertainty. The future of the global order is suddenly uncertain. Leaders hesitate, unsure of their next move, as the world holds its breath. The shockwaves are immediate and profound. Markets tumble, currencies fluctuate, and ordinary people wonder how their lives will be affected. The West's confidence is shaken. The sense of stability that once defined the Western world is now replaced by anxiety and introspection. The rules of the game have changed overnight. Strategies that worked yesterday may no longer apply, and everyone is forced to adapt. The world is watching, and nothing will be the same. Every nation, every leader, every citizen is now part of this unfolding drama. The European order trembles as history turns a page. A new era begins, and the story of Europe and the world will never be the same. Today's news is a rupture, not a slow evolution. The shockwaves are immediate, reverberating across capitals and boardrooms alike. This isn't just another policy disagreement, it's a seismic shift in the European landscape. Hungary and Greece aren't just leaving the EU's consensus, they're joining a rival bloc. Their decision marks a bold, unprecedented realignment, signaling a willingness to challenge the established order. Orbán frames Hungary's move as reclaiming sovereignty from a stifling EU bureaucracy. He claims this is about national pride, about charting a future free from what he calls foreign dictates. Greece, scarred by years of austerity and economic hardship, seeks not just recovery, but true resilience. The government hopes new partners will offer fresh opportunities and a break from the cycle of crisis. Both countries now openly challenge the EU's core identity and unity, raising questions about the future of the European project itself. Can a country be in both the EU and BRICS? The question exposes a fault line at the heart of Europe, one that has been widening for years beneath the surface. Hungary and Greece are not peripheral, they're symbolic pillars of the European project, nations whose histories are woven into the continent's fabric. Their pivot suggests the Western model is no longer universally appealing, even within its own ranks. The very idea of European unity is now up for debate. Brussels faces a dilemma: punish, persuade, or accommodate. Each option carries risks, and none guarantee a return to stability. Each path risks deepening the crisis. The unthinkable has happened, and the consequences are only beginning to unfold. The EU's cohesion is under threat as never before. The very foundation of the Union is being tested in real time. The world waits for Brussels' next move, as uncertainty hangs heavy over Europe's future. To truly grasp the shockwaves BRICS is sending through the world, we first need to understand what BRICS actually is, and why it matters so much today. Originally coined as an investment acronym by a Goldman Sachs economist, BRICS has evolved far beyond finance. It has become a powerful political alliance for countries that felt sidelined or underrepresented by the traditional Western-led global order. Its core members, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and joining later South Africa, came together with a shared goal: to demand a bigger voice in global affairs and to push for a more multipolar world where power isn't concentrated in just a few hands. To achieve this, they didn't just talk, they acted. They established their own institutions, like the new Development Bank and a joint reserve fund, providing real alternatives to the IMF and World Bank, which have long been dominated by Western interests. While critics often dismiss BRICS as too diverse or dysfunctional to make a difference, the group's focus on shared economic interests and mutual benefit has proven surprisingly effective and resilient. The 2023 expansion, welcoming Saudi Arabia, Iran, the UAE, Egypt, and Ethiopia, marked a turning point, transforming BRICS from a loose alliance into a truly diverse and influential coalition. Today, BRICS represents a massive share of the world's population, a significant portion of global GDP, and a huge slice of oil production and reserves, making it a force that can't be ignored. BRICS is no longer just a symbol of the global South. It has become a genuine counterweight to the G7, challenging the dominance of established Western powers on the world stage. Its growing appeal now stretches even into the heart of Europe, with countries like Hungary and Greece expressing interest in joining this rising bloc. The applications from Hungary and Greece are clear signals that BRICS is actively reshaping the global order, attracting new members from unexpected places. The era of the West's monopoly on global leadership is ending, as BRICS carves out a new path for international cooperation and influence. Why would Hungary and Greece pivot east, turning away from their traditional Western partners? For Hungary, it's about escaping EU overreach and finding partners who truly respect national sovereignty and independence. EU funds came with political strings attached. BRICS, on the other hand, offers investment without lectures or conditions. For Greece, memories of harsh austerity and humiliation by Western lenders still linger, fueling resentment. The BRICS Bank promises partnership, not punishment or endless demands for reform. Both nations feel ignored by Brussels and now seek leverage, influence, and new alliances beyond the EU. Their move is a calculated gamble for greater autonomy, dignity, and international respect. Brussels is in crisis. The EU treaties never imagined members joining a rival bloc. Can Hungary and Greece stay in the EU while aligning with BRICS? The conflict is fundamental. The EU faces two choices: confrontation or accommodation. Punishing Hungary and Greece risks pushing them further away and inspiring others. Dialogue and reform could keep them in the fold, but may be seen as weakness. The EU must finally decide: is it a union of sovereign states or a path to federalism? The ambiguity is unsustainable. How Brussels responds will shape Europe's future: unity or fragmentation. The stakes have never been higher. Hungary and Greece's BRICS bid shakes the global chessboard. Economically, it challenges the Western-led financial system and the dominance of the dollar. BRICS now offers a credible alternative, legitimized by EU members joining. The world may split into rival economic blocs, complicating business and investment. Geopolitically, NATO and EU unity are threatened from within. Can alliances hold if members align with rivals like Russia and China? For BRICS, this is a diplomatic coup. Proof their appeal crosses old boundaries. The West's strategic cohesion is at risk. The world is no longer East versus West, but a complex, shifting landscape. The rules are being rewritten in real time. We stand at a turning point. Hungary and Greece's BRICS move is the clearest sign yet. The post-Cold War era is over. Power is now diffuse, alliances flexible, and nations act with new pragmatism. Old ideological lines blur. Democracies and autocracies cooperate for mutual gain. The idea of a unified West or East is fading. This new era is risky, less predictable, more prone to conflict, but it also offers smaller nations more agency and choice. Hungary and Greece are charting independent courses. The old order is crumbling. The future is unwritten. The West must adapt or be left behind. The global South's confidence is rising. The age of flexible alliances and strategic improvisation has begun. The world has changed and there's no going back.